Aaron, a last-minute equaliser or injury-time equaliser always feels like a win, even though it isn't. I guess extra positivity springing the step for everyone this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I said after the game, like we'll never give up, and that was certainly on show on Saturday. So for us, to have that really strong finish to the game. The last 30 minutes, we were really put our foot down and really trying to get that equaliser was. It took a little bit longer than we'd have liked, but no, we're delighted that we got it done in the end. That we scored the goal. We had that moment with the fans, which was really important, and that puts us in a good position now going forward.
Never say die attitude is something the fans really love. How pleasing was it when you're kind of in the getting to know you process with some of these players that you can see that they are prepared to go right to the death?
Yeah, and that's been evident in what I've seen so far in training and in games in pre-season, and obviously on show again then on Saturday. So for us, every chance is an opportunity to score. So for us, if it takes until the last minutes of the game, then so be it. We'll be willing to go the full length and to give it everything to achieve that.
Mark Harris scoring in the opening league game. What's it like being reunited with him? We speculated that he might be particularly excited about you coming back.
Yeah, obviously I know Sparky, played with Sparky for many years, and it's great that he got off to a good start, and he's so important for us in the way that he presses and things like that. So for him to get that goal so early on in the season is brilliant. So hopefully he can continue scoring goals for us.
Scored 19 goals in Oxford's last season in the third tier. Do you expect him to make a big contribution again? Can fans kind of expect him to kind of play a big role?
Yeah, of course. I think obviously I know all about Sparky's qualities, obviously playing with him and seeing the quality of the player that he is. So for me, he's more than capable of scoring goals on a regular basis. He gets himself in really good positions, and he's a good finisher as well. He just like I said, needed that goal. So hopefully now that'll kick him on to get more now as the season goes on.
Mo Masenga coming in for his debut, how encouraging was that cameo from him? And as a manager, how special is it to give someone that moment? Because he's got his family up in the stands. It's something that he will remember forever, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was delighted. I said before, like I noticed him in pre-season and thought that he was one that we need to keep our eye on and try and integrate into the first team. So for him then to be given that opportunity and to come on and make the impact that he did was brilliant. So we're all absolutely delighted here. The academy are doing a great job in producing some really talented young players. So we need to make that pathway clear for them as well, and for them to realise that there will be an opportunity for them.
Yeah, it's important not to rush young players into the first team, but are there others in the 21s that have caught your eye as well, longer term maybe?
Yeah, of course. There's 3 or 4 of them up with us regularly, training alongside the boys. So they're an important part of this club, and for me, obviously I had the opportunity to come through an academy and given that chance to go all the way through to the first team. So for me to give that to the players here as well is important, and like I said, the academy are doing a great job.
Stevenage next up, they got a stoppage time equaliser as well in their game. What do you expect from them?
Yeah, obviously it's going to be a different test away from home, but a test that we're going to have to be ready for and well prepared for. But again, it's about us focusing on ourselves here and doing the things that we need to do to know that to get what we want out of the game. So yes, it'll be a test being away from home, but one that the boys are more than ready for.
Yeah, a real mix of venues in this division. You get the likes of Leicester and places like Stevenage. Is it a new one for you, ticking off your 92?
Yeah, it will be. But for me, it's that's the beauty of this league, that you get to experience all of these different grounds and different styles of play and things like that. So you have to, have your wits about you in that aspect and be prepared for anything. So for us, like I said, concentrating on ourselves and what we can do in the game.
You've had lots of questions about Stan Mills. Is he available this weekend? And as and when he's selected, what are your expectations of him on and off the field?
Yeah, he's trained well this week. He's trained with the group, so he's available. Obviously, he got today's training to get through first, but he's done really well. So for him to get his head down this week and to train the way he has done it's been really pleasing. And he'll be no different to the rest of the squad up for selection.
In terms of group harmony. The fans are a big part of it as well. The fans' reaction to Stan is something you don't really get to control. Is that something you're mindful of, that kind of reintegration process?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, yeah, he's like any other player. First and foremost, we need to make sure that the players are in a good place. They feel like they have the support of me, my staff, and the people around this club. For them to be able to go out there and to play football. So yeah, we do all we can off the field to help our players.
Brian de Keersmaker, has there been any progress with him in terms of both building up his fitness and just kind of getting the reaction that you want as well?
Yeah, there's no difference there. Brian has been training and knows the situation. Again, hasn't played any minutes this pre-season, so he's got a lot of catching up to do.
Greg Lee had his dental work. He back available for the weekend?
Yeah, Greg obviously trained earlier on this week. Greg still maybe, there may be a little doubt there for the weekend, but we'll see how that pans out today as well after the session.
Just finally, I wanted to ask you about just settling into the area generally. We spoke to Callum O'Dowd before you arrived, and he said that he would offer you a few suggestions if you wanted it. What's it kind of been like coming to a new area, and you have much time to see it? I guess you spent more time here than you have out in Oxfordshire.
Yeah, I've managed to get out a couple of times, so obviously beautiful place, and really important for me to do that as well. So Callum O'Dowd has been very helpful in that aspect and told me the places to go. But yeah, I've been full on here. It's been a pretty hectic few weeks here. So my full concentration's on this team and how I can win football matches.
Aaron, it's a first league away game of the season tomorrow. I think there's a couple more straight after, isn't there? A little run of away games. How important is tomorrow to get off for a good start away from home in the season, but also ahead of that run of fixtures?
Yeah, of course. It's super important. So this is gonna, give us a lot going forward. For us to achieve what we want to this season, we know how important the away form's going to be as well. So for us, we are concentrating on ourselves, but we have to be fully aware that there are going to be difficult challenge which we are going to have to be ready for. So it'll be important this weekend.
Yeah, and the supporters are very important. I'm sure you'll agree as well. And they were brilliant at Leyton Orient a couple of weeks ago, weren't they? Oh,
they were brilliant. And at the home game as well, they stuck by us all the way. I said before the game that they were going to be so important for us this year, for us to build them connections and have them, moments together. And obviously the way the game finished, with scoring a late goal, the fans celebrating, sticking by us, that's what it's all about. So for them, I hope they got a lot from that, because we certainly did. And we're going to be so important for us as well on the road.
Is ending a game like that, with that sort of adrenaline, does that help carry into the next fixture?
100%, yeah. Like I said, it's all about these moments that you can share together. And we know the situation that we're in, but it's all about us coming together for them, for your hours, and really sticking by each other, because, that's the way that we're going to get out of here. And, nobody's going to give us anything this year. So for us to really have that sort of mentality that, we're gonna need each other is going to be important.
Can I ask about that striker battle as well? I think both forwards really put a shift in on Saturday just gone, didn't they? Obviously Sparky with that first goal and Gats off the bench made a real impact. How are you viewing that at the moment? Yeah,
obviously we spoke about Sparky, but Gats as well. I've been so impressed by him. He's got so many different qualities that can cause defenders problems. So he came on and made a great impact with his physical attributes, then his link-up play. The way that he swiveled and sort of set up the goal as well. He's a real asset for us. So, for him, been super impressed with him, his impact, and he's going to help us a lot this year.
Obviously, you can't sign anyone with the embargo at the moment, but to have two strikers with quite different, unique attributes, that must be quite handy. Yeah,
of course. We're going to have to, come up with as many problems as we can. So having two players who have different attributes is going to, ask opposition different questions. So for them both to be in a good place and realise that they are going to be super important for us this year is what we need. So that competition as well is going to be key.
And just lastly, I know we've spoken about Sparky a little bit already, but how important is that for him, that first goal? Obviously, he's Not as prolific in the Championship the past 2 years and taken a bit of flack here and there, but in League One last time out he was brilliant, and to start again in League One on that front foot, how important is that for him as a player?
Yeah, it's really super important. But yeah, what I will say is Sparky will get opportunities this year. You know, don't want to go too much into what it was, you know, for the last few seasons here. But the way that I want to play the game and that I see the game, he will get opportunities. So yeah, he's got more than enough quality to put the ball into the back of the net, which he showed on Saturday, and hopefully now that continue. But not just him. All of our attacking players will get chances this year and hopefully have opportunities to, you know, hit some good numbers. So yeah, I'm excited from that front. Obviously, it's always nice to get off to a good start, first game of the season, and yeah, just hopefully it can continue now.
Great stuff, thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk around celebrations with the last-minute equaliser, but of course there were 2 goals conceded, you know, just minutes apart. Have there been conversations about sort of consistency in the changing rooms afterwards and in training?
Yeah, there's always, you know, we always review the game back and look at things that we can do better. That process is always consistent and never changes really. So for us, yeah, of course we can always look to improve on our game, on our performances, and yeah, obviously they were disappointing goals to concede, but you know, I thought in general, like we defended the box really well. We knew how direct they were going to be, and how frustrating it could be at times with the way that they, you know, load the box and take their time doing things. But I thought we stood up to the test for large periods of that game and were really, really good. So yeah, we took a lot of positives out of it as well, but also yeah, a few things that we can work on to improve.
Has your management style been, you know, sort of focusing on that celebration, or have you been quite tough with them in the lead up to this next game, saying that, you know, the expectation is to get 3 points this time around?
Yeah, of course. Like, you know, the demands that I put on the players are always high, and they've responded really well to that. So, yeah. But on the flip side, like I'm really pleased with the way that we took the game to them in the second half, and we showed a lot of character in there. Where, you know, some teams, you know, may have reverted back, but this team took the game to them, and you could feel it. The momentum was building, and it was just a matter of time to finally, you know, get that goal so late on. Then moments can go a long way.
Obviously, we keep coming back to the transfer embargo, and we've got you know, no new players for the summertime. But do you think, in a way, that actually there's strength in that through the relationships you're seeing on the pitch now, particularly with the strikers you've mentioned?
Yeah, I believe this group is in a really strong place. It's brought everybody together. You know, the way that we like to work and the things that we want to work on as well. That naturally happens. We're building that, you know, that real sort of togetherness. And yeah, that's been evident. The way that they've played throughout pre-season, the way that they fight for each other, and that sort of never give up die attitude. So yeah, of course, this takes time, but yeah, they've been brilliant at taking on all of that, and yeah, this situation can only strengthen the group.
And just lastly from me, what's it like sort of being on the sideline as well? Obviously, you're so, you know, you've had so many years of being on the pitch, but do you think it's very nerve-wracking in that position, or are you sort of managing to keep your cool just watching your players?
Yeah, I had a couple of touches of the ball on the sideline. But yeah, I mean, no, it's you know, I have full confidence in the team. We work on everything we can do in the week to give them the best opportunity really to go and win football games. So it's over to them now. My time's done playing, but no, I'm really pleased to be in the position that I am and to help in this team as much as I can.